Hi to all my friends who personally know me and for those who came across this podcast. Welcome back to Tete-a-tetes, wherein we will have small talks about life. In the past episodes, we have talked about purpose and self-care. Indeed, this pandemic has drifted us away from our goals and has taken away the love for ourselves. But I wish this pandemic had not taken away your compassion for other people. Thus, in this episode, we will be talking about compassion. Last year, the world was tremendously hit by the pandemic. A lot of people became worried of their safety. Because of this, panic buying has been one of the sad realities that we have witnessed during this time. In the Western countries, we have seen people hoarding toilet paper during the first few months of this pandemic. In the Philippines, we also faced a shortage in alcohol and face masks because a lot of people were afraid that their supplies would run out. These events are the effects of being too self-centered. People have been too concerned with their own needs that they forgot the needs of other people. They have forgotten that frontliners needed the face mask more than they needed. Self-centered people would not care if they hoard supplies. These people would not care if toilet paper would run out of the stores as long as they have stocks in their homes. Well, these are not acts of compassion. In the previous episode of this podcast, I have talked about self-care. I have said that it is okay to take care of yourself during this pandemic. In this way, you will not exhaust yourself. Through taking care of ourselves, we would be able to give more to other people. As we all know, the previous weeks have been encouraging, especially for Filipinos. Our Facebook timelines have been flooded with pictures of community pantries from across the Philippines. A lot of us were touched by the initiative of some people to give food to other people. These pantries were results of a single person who wanted to share her blessings to other people. Indeed, a single act of kindness creates an endless ripple. The person who started this community pantry has inspired lots of people to also show compassion to their kababayans. Now, I know that a lot of us are still incapable to join charities or fundraisers. Your family's finances could have also been affected by this pandemic. Maybe you are thinking that there is no other way for you to show compassion or to give help to others except through providing financial support. But allow me to tell you this, compassion is something you can give to others for free. Compassion is something given to people even if they do not deserve it. Remember that Jesus has given us second chance even if we are unworthy. Compassion is something that does not always equate to the material things that you can give to other people. To my fellow kabataan, here are some of the ways in which we can help other people. First, let us respect other people's opinions. Last year, a lot of online fights emerged because of different perspectives on certain issues. I know that we have different opinions on things, and sometimes we get irritated when people say things that are offending. Instead of choosing to bicker with these people, let us try to educate them or let us try to share to them our point of view regarding an issue. Well, if your diplomatic talks did not have an effect on them, and they continue to disregard your opinion, then I believe that it is time for you to accept their opinion and move on. After all, you already tried your best to educate them, so the least you could do is to respect the things that they believe in. Through this, you would be able to avoid conflict with the people you interact with in social media. Second, we could show compassion by taking time to ask how others have been doing during this time. Now that we are not allowed to meet our friends physically, we could at least reconnect with them virtually. Why don't you drop a message to your bestie and ask them how they are doing? This simple act of compassion would not cost you anything, but it would give you happiness and satisfaction because you were able to reach out to your friend. I hope that we are able to appreciate our friends during this time. I also pray that we are always reminded that we are not alone in this journey. Third, we could show compassion by supporting our friends or family members in their endeavors. We could promote their businesses, pages, and artworks in our social media accounts. In this way, we are letting our friends and family know that we have their backs. Even through our silent support, we would be able to share love and care to other people. Last but definitely not the least, we could show compassion even to strangers by our simplest actions. If you are allowed to go to supermarkets or other places, then maybe you could say your gratitude towards other people. A simple bow or thank you would be appreciated by the pharmacist in your local drugstore or the delivery guy who would always take care of your parcel. There are a lot of ways wherein we can show compassion to other people. May we remember that we are all victims of this pandemic. Everyone is suffering because of this pandemic. Lack of compassion to other people cannot be justified with any reason. Romans 12 verse 8 was shared during our service earlier. The verse says that we all have gifts given to us by God, and whoever has the gift of showing kindness to others should do it gladly. And that would be all for our fourth episode of Tete-a-tetes. I hope that we could use this time to shed compassion to other people. Before we end, let me remind you that it's okay to take care of yourself as long as you do not forget to also care for other people. Again, thank you for listening to my rambles. I pray that you would all have a great day. Padayon, listeners!